Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a really lovely Lexus. It's an IS250 luxury. The car's covered just 54,000 miles from new. Finished in white, which always looks fantastic on these cars. I do apologise, the wind's literally just started to whip up, so I'm hoping you can hear me okay. Going around the car, still a really fresh looking car. They could be launched today and still look good in my opinion. These other cars in this class seem quite dull. Front of the car, lights and lenses clear, intact, menacing, looks really good. Bonnet, very clean indeed, no obvious stone chips on there. Near side of the car, passenger side, beautifully smooth on the panels. Side front alloy, absolutely lovely. Panels on the side, really nice. Near side rear alloy, again, fantastic. Car looks just as good from the back as from the front. It's these sort of slim lights always look good. Twin exhaust, of course, on the 250s here. And on the back again, very clean. Offside, again, beautifully smooth down the panel work. Rear alloy again, absolutely lovely. Wing panels, really nice. There will be the odd little stone chip somewhere on the car, a little tiny little mark, but you know, for a 10-year-old car, I have to say it's in really lovely condition. Let's come to the boot area. Really good sized boot, beautifully finished as you'd expect of a Lexus, and fantastic condition there. Coming to the back, it's a lovely hard leather interior, which has been kept in really lovely condition. The passenger side, full set of original Lexus mats. Passenger seat there, again, in good condition. Let's come to the driver's door card, again, very clean and tidy. It's with the footwell areas. Driver's seat again for a 10-year-old car, in lovely condition as well. So inside the car now, as always, have the engine running so the dash is illuminated. It is a stunning interior. Sat nav, you can see, working exactly as it should. The car into reverse with that lovely clear parking camera which complements the front and rear parking sensors. Coming down the dash, such an interesting design, but one that works beautifully well. And then come to the dash binnacle, hopefully you can see 54,177 miles, engine running, and there are no warning lights on at all. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Lexus IS250, and it's the luxury model. The car's registered HT14HEU, and mileage at the start of the road test is 54,177. The reason we do these videos, especially actually this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of our cars, they get to see that very car actually in operation. Unfortunately, like lots of people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, but only to get there and find out that there's been an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car, and that can be hugely frustrating if you've driven any kind of distance, in all honesty. We also do it on these quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on. The hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you go on a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, these are lovely cars. I am biased, but I just think they are wonderful. Push button start, engine whirs into life, creamy smooth V6 engine from Lexus. It's all but silent at all times. When you put your foot down though, you get that lovely V6 snarl comes back through to you, but it is muted. I just realised, at the start of the video I said this is our test drive route. It is, albeit I will be going slightly differently today. Apparently the M5 close to us is closed due to flooding, so I'll be heading off in a slightly different direction to try and avoid as much of the traffic as I possibly can. So coming back to the engine, I mean, these are just fabulous units, absolutely fabulous. They are, as you'd expect of any Lexus, they, in terms of kind of reliability, longevity, it's almost taken for granted. If someone's look after them reasonably well, they'll look after you. But most of the enjoyment is just purely from driving the car. The engine is just such a lovely companion. It's docile at low speeds, but when you do put your foot down, it picks up and launches you forward. You'll have 3 modes of driving. I'm currently in normal. Twist it to the left, I go into eco mode, so it's sort of slightly duller in its responses. Push the button back down, you go back into normal, or twist it to the right and you're into sport mode, and you'll feel a discernible difference in the keenness to change down on the gearbox and the pickup of the engine itself. Worth pointing out, no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car actually. Temperature gauge running as a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be, just under half on a Lexus car. Sorry, I almost fell into Honda mode there. Pardon me. Oops, daisy. Oh, crikey me, that's a big old bus coming down there. Wow, that's just the parking sensors going off, by the way. Interesting. Goodness me. Someone's going to have to let me go through in a second. This could be a long, boring road test if we can do this. Yeah, and anyway, so I'll carry on as best I can. Coming to the gearbox, it's obviously just another very high quality affair from Lexus. These are strong, reliable boxes. The gear shift quality is absolutely superb on them. You can hardly feel the gear changes. It's a very slick shifting thing. Excuse me, gentlemen, thank you. Oh goodness me, it's funny how it all causes chaos, isn't it? There we are. Crikey. I'm not quite sure where all these people are heading to and from, but they're going to be stuck if they go that way. Sorry for it, this is one of the more disjointed videos I've ever done, but it's all because there's traffic. Yeah, but the gearbox on the move, slick shifting, there's no clonks, anything at all. It engages all the gears absolutely perfectly. Then we come on to the steering and chassis of the car. The fact that it's rear-wheel drive helps enormously because it means the steering's got no drive shafts to kind of pollute it as you're trying to turn the wheel. The steering is pretty much perfect. The weighting's absolutely spot on, so it's got, you know, it's easy to manoeuvre. It's got sort of substance to it when you drive, but it's quick, it's direct, it's pinpoint accurate. It's got a lovely kind of fluid feel, even though it's electric power steering, but the feel of the steering has got the lovely sense that you're always in control of the car. It never ever feels nervous in any way. But it works beautifully with the chassis of the car, because the chassis, you know, what it gives you, I've always said on these videos, the ISs, it's in a category of car where you have, if you want an out and out sports saloon, then you would buy a 3 Series BMW. But the 3 Series BMW won't ride as well as this, nothing like as well as this, so that they're not as comfortable. The other options in the class, generally speaking, if you're going to go like for like, would be things like Audi A4, Mercedes C-Class. They're comfortable, but they're just quite dull to drive by comparison, at least anyway. This one, when you do find a bit of open road and there's not all this truck going about, is wonderful to drive it. It's just guide it through the corners with a minimum of fuss. It corners flat, it corners with wonderful precision, as I said, but it's rewarding. It really is. It gives you kind of 90% of what the BMW 3 Series gives, but for 90% of the time you're not in the mood for it, it's very comfortable indeed. Incidentally, no clonks, no rattles coming from underneath the car, so all nice and solid. The steering track's dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. I suddenly realise we're now stuck behind a learner driver. This has been one of these videos where nothing's quite gone right. Nothing wrong with learning to drive, of course, but trying to show the car on the move. But yeah, the whole car just feels absolutely as tight as a drum on the road. I think it's indicated to go past. Brakes on the car, by the way, are absolutely superb, well modulated. You hit the brake pedal, it feels meaty, substantial. There's no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal either, so all in fine order. And then finally coming inside, typical Lexus interior in some ways, beautifully put together. No squeaks, no rattles, very quiet and refined. But what I love about the interior is, if you jump in most of their competitors, they tend to be the same sort of theme for interiors. This dares to be a bit different, but not different for different sake. It works, but it's really pleasing on the eye. We've got a nice high up sat nav and rear camera there. And then down below that, you've got this lovely climate control system separate from the main screen if you want to as well, which other manufacturers should learn from. You've got these lovely tactile sliders for your temperatures. Every button, every switch has that high quality Lexus feel to it. Air conditioning pumps out absolutely ice cold air, by the way. And then your dash binnacle in front, beautifully detailed, not over fussy, what some manufacturers tend to go for these days. Just a look at it, you get your information, and it's absolutely spot on. And then you've got this fantastic leather-bound steering wheel, which feels great in hand, and the interior is in lovely condition. This is a really great car, really great car. I can't fault it in any way, and apologise again for the slightly disjointed nature of the video today.